You make $75,000 a year, maybe more. You went to college, you have a real job. You're not buying $20 cocktails on a Tuesday. By every objective measure, you should be building wealth right now. So why does your bank account look exactly the same as it did 3 years ago? Pull up your savings balance from 2023 and compare it to today. For most of you, that number barely moved. And the scary part isn't the number, it's that you can't really explain why. The money just evaporated, quietly, month after month. That feeling, that low-grade financial dread in the back of your mind, that's not a coincidence. That's a system working exactly the way it was designed to. My name is Jesse, and I spend way too much time thinking about why financially smart people stay broke. If you're someone who earns a decent income, technically knows what a budget is, and still ends every month wondering where your money went, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, most personal finance content online is garbage. It's either some guy in a Lamborghini telling you to invest in real estate, bro, or recycled advice about cutting lattes. That's not what we're doing today. The stuff actually destroying your wealth? It's not the latte. The real wealth killers are quiet, invisible, built into systems designed so you don't notice them. Let's get into 10 of them. Number 1. Subscription creep. Here's what most people don't realize. A 2024 C+R research survey found the average American underestimates their monthly subscription spending by $133, not $13. $133. That's $1,596 a year. Invested at 8% for 30 years? Over $180,000. You're paying $180,000 to forget about a meditation app you used twice in 2022. This happens because of payment decoupling. When paying is separated from using, your brain doesn't register it as spending. Action step. Open your bank statement right now. Write down every recurring charge. Number 2. Lifestyle inflation. The "I deserve this" tax. You get a raise $500 extra a month after taxes. You think, I'll start saving. Then, I deserve a nicer apartment. That's $300. I deserve to not pack lunch. Another $150. 6 months later, you're saving less than before. It's called the hedonic treadmill. Your brain adapts to new income within 3 to 6 months. The dopamine fades, but the bill stays forever. Here's what's interesting. The biggest predictor of building wealth isn't how much you earn. It's the gap between what you earn and what you spend. Action step. Next raise. Automate 50% of it into savings before you ever see it. Number 3. The minimum payment trap. This one makes me genuinely angry. You might think the minimum is the least I have to pay. No, that's the amount they want you to pay. It's calculated to maximize interest. Say you have $5,000 at 24% APR average right now in 2026. Minimum payments only? Over 20 years to pay off. Almost $7,000 in interest on a $5 balance. More in interest than the original debt. Now, you might be thinking, credit cards are bad. No, carrying a balance is the problem. The card is neutral. Action step. Pay $50 extra a month. Cuts your payoff time in half. Number 4. Too much money in checking. Big banks pay 0.01% interest. High-yield savings accounts pay 4% to 4.5%. Same FDIC insurance, same access, only difference: the logo on the app. $10,000 in a regular savings account earns $1 a year. In a high-yield account, $400 for doing nothing different. That's not a relationship. That's a hostage situation. Action step. Move your emergency fund to a high-yield savings account. Takes 15 minutes. Number 5. Investment fees. Spoiler: you might be getting quietly robbed. $500 a month for 30 years at 8%. With a 1% expense ratio, about $565,000. With a 0.05% expense ratio normal for index funds, about $680,000. Less than 1% in fees costs you $115,000. Here's what most people don't realize. A 1% fee compounds against you for the life of the investment. Over 30 years, you're losing 25 to 30% of your final balance. Action step. Check your 401k expense ratios. If anything is over 0.5%, find an index fund alternative. Number 6. The car thing. The average new car payment in 2025 hits $740 a month. Average auto loan is over 68 months. Here's the math nobody does. If you had a $300 payment instead and invested the $440 difference for 30 years at 8%, roughly $620,000, that new car isn't a $740 expense. It's a $620,000 expense. People are literally driving their retirement around. This is where it gets really interesting. The wealthier someone gets, the less impressive their car relative to their income. Real wealth doesn't need to be performed. Action step. 20410 rule. 20% down. 4. Year loan max. Transportation under 10% of income. Number 7. Matching your social circle's lifestyle. This is the most expensive habit on this list. Humans are tribal. We're wired to mirror the people around us. If your friends do brunch every weekend, you do brunch. If your coworkers drive new cars, your old one feels weird. You don't even realize you're doing it. You think you're living your life. What you're actually doing is paying for social belonging. Now, you might be thinking, Jesse, should I drop my friends? No, but your friends aren't tracking your finances. They're not paying your bills at 65. Saying, I can't make it to a $400 dinner doesn't make you cheap. It makes you someone playing the long game. Action step. For 1 month, track which expenses were your idea versus saying yes to someone else's. Number 8. Negotiating salary. The biggest wealth lever most people have, and most don't pull it. A Fidelity study found 85% of professionals who negotiated got at least some of what they asked for. Average increase $5,000 a year, and it compounds. Your next raise is a percentage of current salary. Your next offer benchmarks off it. A $5,000 negotiation compounded over 40 years can be worth over $1 million in lifetime earnings. You spent 4 years and $80,000 on a degree, but you won't spend 30 minutes preparing to negotiate? Action step. Research salary ranges on Glassdoor levels. FYI. Know your number. Ask. Number 9. Tax breaks you're not using. Most people think tax optimization is sketchy rich people stuff. No. The tax code is full of legal incentives the government wants you to use. The 401k match. If your employer matches 5% and you're not contributing that much, that's a guaranteed 100% return. There is no investment on earth with a guaranteed 100% return, except this one. And people skip it. The Roth IRA, $7,000 a year, growth tax-free forever, a 5-year. Old maxing a Roth until 65 could end up with over $1.5 million tax-free. The HSA tax-deductible in, tax-free growth, tax-free out. Less than 10% of eligible Americans max it. Action step. Match first, then Roth, then HSA. And number 10. You don't know your numbers. This is the meta mistake. Most adults can't tell you their net worth off the top of their head. Don't know what they spent last month. Don't know their savings rate. You cannot improve what you don't measure. That's not motivational. That's reality. Most people avoid their finances because they're afraid of what they'll find. But here's what most people don't realize. The anxiety of not knowing is worse than the anxiety of knowing. The thing in your imagination is scarier than the thing on the spreadsheet. Always. Action step. Once a month, sit down for 30 minutes. Call it a money date and look at 3 numbers. Net worth, savings rate, total debt. Those become your scoreboard. Let's bring this home. Building wealth isn't about being smarter than everyone else. It's about paying attention to the quiet, boring, invisible stuff. The subscriptions, the fees, the car, the salary you didn't negotiate. Wealth is built in the boring decisions you make on a Tuesday afternoon when nobody's watching. If you've recognized yourself in even 3 or 4 of these, that's not a reason to feel bad. That's the most exciting thing that could happen to you today. Every single one has a fix. The version of you watching this 5 years from now will look back at this moment as the turning point, but only if you do something about it. Hit subscribe, drop a comment telling me which one hit you hardest, and pick one, just one, and go fix it this week. Don't try to fix all 10. You'll burn out. Pick the one that made you wince the most. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of your money. It's the only thing that's going to take care of you when you're too tired to take care of yourself. Peace.